In this video we're going to create this cylinder shape with the elliptical opening using the CV curve tool in Maya and a polygon cylinder. I'll start by creating a CV curve tool opening for the front of the cylinder shape. Holding down the space bar, I'll go to create CV curve tools and I'm going to choose the Bezier A curve tool. And I'll start to plot the shape I want using the grid as a reference point. Now I'm going to hold down the space bar and I'll go to Curves, Open, Close. I'm going to right click on the path and choose Control Vertex. And I'm going to select the vertices individually and hold down X on the keyboard after I've gotten my Move tool. And the center of the vertices turns into a blue circle, and that's going to allow me to snap this precisely to the grid points that I want. I'll take a moment to just refine the
curves of this as well.
With the opening created with the Bezier curve tool and snap to the points on the grid, I'm now ready to introduce a polygon cylinder. I'll go to Top View. I can now hold on the space bar, go to Create Polygon Primitives and Cylinder. I'll drag the size of the footprint I think I need here. And now I'll return to my perspective view and I'll give it some height. Now once I've got the height and circumference I want, I'm going to go to the Poly Cylinder Shape 2 and I'm going to add some height divisions to split this. And I'll set it for 10. And now I have a series of horizontal splits in my polygon. With the cylinder created and my path adjusted to where I might want it to be, I'll shift select both elements. I'm holding down the space bar, I'm going to go to Edit Mesh, and I'm going to click on Project Curves on Mesh. And now if I were to rotate my geometry, I can see that it's been projected on the front. Now it's also on the back, but we don't have to worry about the back because we're just going to punch a hole in the front. Once again, I'll select the newly projected path and the cylinder. Holding down the space bar, I'll go to Edit Mesh and Split Mesh with Projected Curve down at the very bottom. I'm going to the Attributes and I'm checking off Split and Detach Edges, and then I'll apply it. Now if I go to my geometry and I right click and choose face, I can select one of the faces of the newly projected path, hold down the Shift key and hit the period on the keypad to gather in the faces that comprise the opening now. I'll hit delete on the keyboard, and now to give it a little bit of a thickness, I'm going to right click and choose edge. I'll select one of the edges on the projected curve and double click. You'll see that it selects the entire path now. I'll click on my Extrude tool and I'm going to click on the little blue dial that appears to center that. This will allow me to scale it and move it from the center in. And now I can simply add the face I need and change it to the proportions and depth that I want. I'll go back to my object mode and click on Delete by Type History.